everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Still creating purchasing info record the slow way, or worse, not sure where to start? Today, I'll show you step by step how to manually create a purchasing info record in both SAP GUI and SAP Fiori, fast, clean, and error free. By the end of this video, you'll know what an info record is, how to create it in SAP GUI, how to do the same in Fiori, pro tips to avoid common mistakes. So before jumping into SAP GUI, just a short refresh on what a purchasing info record is. So it links vendor, material, and purchasing organization. But please be aware that a vendor can also supply a service defined by a material group rather by than a specific material. So in that case, we will create the purchasing info record at the material group level. The purchasing info record stores key purchasing data like price, delivery time, minimum order quantity, conditions, and so on. Just to be easier for you to understand, think of it of the memory of your purchasing relationship with the vendor. And why it matters? Well, without an info record, purchase orders become manual, prices must be typed every time. MRP has less reliable data, but with it, purchase orders auto-populate, buyers work faster, and planning becomes accurate. And that being said, now let's let's start creating a purchasing info record. Please insert transaction ME11 into the command field, and you'll be landing on this screen. Here you notice that you'll have several information to introduce in order to create a purchasing info record. We have the supplier, material, purchasing organization, and plant. The purchasing info record can be created with just using the purchasing organization only, and that means that you'll be creating a purchasing info record which will be valid for all the plants under that specific purchasing organization. But you can also create a purchasing info record specific for a certain plant, and that means that you will have to introduce also the plant into this screen. Please be aware that the systems, when creating a PO, for example, will search first for a valid info record for the purchasing organization and plant combination. And if no such record exists, then the system will search for the purchasing organization info record only. Some of the most common mistakes on error message that might appear in this stage of the purchasing info record creation are coming from the fact that either the supplier has not been created for the purchasing organization, or the material has not been extended for the plant you have been you are trying to use for creating the purchasing info record. So, for just to give you an example, I would put here purchasing organization for which my supplier has not been creating, and the system is drawing this kind of error message. So please prepare in advance the data you are using when creating the purchasing info record to avoid this kind of messages. Another information that is required to select in the screen is the info category type. So the info category decides what kind of purchasing relationship you're creating with your vendor. This is very important because if you pick it wrong, then your process can break later on. You will see these four info categories. First one is standard. It's actually the most common one. It's for normal everyday purchasing relationship. You buy material from a vendor when needed. It's typically used for regular purchase orders, standard procurement, and actually for most business scenarios. The subcontracting is used when you send components to a vendor and they manufacture something for you. So a vendor provides a service using your materials. For example, you send raw materials to your vendor, and they return the finished product to you. The pipeline info category is for materials you consume continuously without classic goods receipt. Um, think of utilities flowing through a pipe, so it's typically used for procuring materials like water, gas, electricity. Actually, is not very common used. Um, in consignment, when choosing the consignment info category, then it is used for scenarios like when vendor stores material at your location, but you only pay when you use them. So ownership stays with vendor until consumption. This one is actually I've seen it also used in companies. So if you have consignment process, then you would create a purchasing info record using this info category. After filling in all the required information, now you can press on enter and you'll be landing on this screen, which is the general data section of the purchasing info record. As you can see, some of the information have already been pre-filled by the system. And in case you are wondering where this information came from, you can also look at the material master data screen. And in the purchasing view, you can see, for example, that the number of days for sending a reminder to the vendor have been taken from this section. Um, but there is also some information like order unit, where although the information is not maintained in the material master data, the system has filled it already with an information. This is basically common SAP behavior, where when there is no order unit maintained in the material master data, then the system is taking the base unit of measure as order unit and fills it in the purchasing info record. But just to give you like a short example of some of the most common used fields in this section. First of all, these reminder fields contain the number of days that urgent letters or emails are to be sent to the vendor for this material. You can have positive numbers, which would indicate that the message should be sent after the delivery date. But also, you can have negative numbers, which indicate that the message should be sent prior to the delivery date. Some other information that are usually filled in common life projects are, for example, the vendor material number, very useful information because this is the material number used by the vendor, so not your internal material. So it would help vendors recognize your orders. It appears on purchase order, so it's very useful in real projects, like I've said. Another field is the salesperson, which here you can store the vendor's contact person. This is mostly informational but helpful for buyers when issues arise. You also have this field, country of origin. This field indicates where the material is manufactured. It is important for intrastate customs, export compliance. So maintain it when relevant for trade or reporting. You also have certificate category. Some industries require quality or compliance certificates. If your company uses certificate management, maintain the category here. Otherwise, you can leave it blank. So these, I would say, they are the most common fields used in a project. So yeah, best practice would be to maintain the, like I've said, the supply material number, salesperson, country of origin, but also certificate category if required. Anything else depends on your business scenario. So once you filled in all the information into this screen, you can go to the next screen, purchasing organization data. So this screen stores the commercial purchasing conditions between your company and the vendor. Unlike general data screen, this is where you define price, delivery expectations, order behavior, tolerances, and this data directly influences your purchase orders and MRP. Some of the important fields in this section, some of them are also marked as mandatory. You can observe the asterisk next to them are, for example, the field plan delivery time. This is extremely important for MRP because it tells SAP how many days the vendor needs to deliver a material. It is used for MRP planning, PR scheduling, availability calculation. So always confirm with the business because wrong delivery time equals wrong planning. We also have the field purchasing group. You can also select the purchasing group. Next to field are standard quantity and minimum quantity. The standard quantity field is actually, as the name suggests, the standard quantity which we are expecting from the vendor has more as of informational value, is also used in vendor evaluation, for example. The minimum order quantity, on the other hand, defines the smallest quantity the vendor accepts. Depending on the settings, SAP will propose at least this quantity in the purchase orders. And very important is that standard quantity cannot be less than the minimum quantity. So I will maintain also these two fields. Some other fields are, for example, tax code, which will be automatically proposed in the purchasing documents, purchasing orders or scheduling agreements when creating them. You can also maintain this field. Confirmation control key also proposed in the purchasing documents if maintained on purchasing info record level. Next field is the net price field. This is the vendor's price for the material. So please watch the currency, also check the price unit. And please be aware that even though you are maintaining this net price at this point, if you are maintaining afterwards the conditions, then they will override this net price. You can also see at the bottom that there is the quantity conversion between the um, order purchasing order unit and the order price unit. Once you have completed all this information here, we can jump to the next screen. So once you have filled all the information into this screen, you can jump to the next screen, conditions. Here is where you maintain the real purchasing price agreement between your company and the vendor. Uh, in most SAP systems, the condition price here overrides the net price from the purchasing organization screen. So this tab is very powerful. The most important condition or and the most common used condition is this PB00 gross price. You can also maintain other condition types. Just to give you an idea what other conditions types are there, you can yeah, press on this button, and you can see here there are several other condition types you can maintain. But for now we'll focus only on maintaining PB00 gross price condition type. So I'm gonna delete the rest of the condition types here. Okay. So here you see there are several fields to fill in. The amount, which I will change just to show you that we will overwrite the the amount that the price that we have already input in the purchase organization data screen. The currency, also here you have the pricing unit and the unit of measure. And of course, one other important element is the validity of the condition type. So you see, you have a valid from and a valid to date. It is very important to maintain this to have a valid condition, because if the validity expires, that the SAP may not find the price, and you can have different errors received in the processes where you're using the purchasing info record. Purchase orders may show wrong values, and of course you cannot have overlapping validity dates for condition type. Also, if you want to maintain the scales fields, you can select the line, like I did, and press on this tab. And here you can maintain also the scale. So scaling is when a discount from a vendor isn't a blanket value, but changes depending on the amount you order. So some example would be like, for example, for 200 pieces, we get price of 120 euro per piece. Afterwards, yeah, you just increase the quantity of order, and then the price negotiated with a vendor based on the amount order also. So yeah, just I'm just filling in some data just to have like an example on how the scales screen can be filled in. Okay. Okay, once we have maintained it, we can go back, and you can see that here already this field is now checked, showing that we have some scales maintained for this condition type. Once you have filled in all the information in the condition section, we can go back, and the first thing you'll notice is that the net price has become also 120 euros, as the one we've maintained in the conditions tab. And now we can go to the text tab, and here we have two sections we can maintain: two type of text, info memo and the purchase order text. So the text tab in the purchase info record is all about communication. It allows you to add instruction or notes related to the material and vendor. So the text here can either be for internal use, or for the purchase orders that go to the vendor. Uh, Starting with info memo, this is an internal note. It is only visible inside SAP to buyers or planners. It does not appear on the purchase orders. So typically, use of this is to insert some notes about the vendor history, special handling instruction, quality reminders, or any internal context. Let's just insert the text as an example. If we get, okay. Okay, here you can see also the maintain language is English, but you can also create text in other languages. And the next one is purchase order text. This is the one that appears on the actual purchase order. sent to the vendor. Usually, the text maintained in the purchasing info record is available at item level in the purchase order. So the purchase order text is usually used to communicate instruction that the vendor must follow. Can include things like packaging instructions, delivery details, or special handling. So I'm just gonna insert some information here, um, just to give like an example. So yeah, that would be an example of what we can send to the vendor once the PO is created. So that's about it with the text sections. Pretty straightforward. Once we have completed also this screen with all the needed information, we can actually save our purchase info record, and we can press by pressing on the save button, and you can see that we have a message displayed showing that the purchase info record has been created. So the info record is number is this one, and now we can actually display it with the code ME13. So here we can see all the information we have previously maintained. So everything is there, conditions, but also text. And in case we also need to modify the purchasing info record we have created, we can use transaction ME12. And yeah, just insert number, and you can see you can also insert some information that you have missed when initially creating the purchasing info record. So that is about all. That is all regarding the purchasing info record creation in GUI. Let's jump into Fiori to see how we create the purchasing info record in with the help of a Fiori app. Here you can create purchasing info records by using create purchasing info record app, but also manage purchasing info records app. Let's start with create purchasing info record app. I just want to show you that this app is very similar to transaction code ME11. Basically, when accessing this app, you'll notice that the same fields as they are in M11 are there, and you can navigate to different screens by pressing on the tabs above. Let's say that this app is maybe more modern or intuitive version, and mobile ready version of the SAP GUI transaction ME11. But I would like to focus on the other app I was mentioning, that is the manage purchasing info records. And in this app, you can first search if there is a purchasing info record for the combination of material and supplier. And I will do that in order to see if there is already a purchasing info record for my combination. And okay, we can press on go to see exactly what is the situation. So there is no purchasing info record existing, and you can see here there is a button create, and by pressing this button I will be redirected to this screen where I can fill in my data and create a purchasing info record for that material and vendor. So I would say that the big difference between these two Fiori apps is the workflow. So in manage purchasing info record, you start with the search. Um, Although this app is mainly used for displaying or editing existing purchasing info record, you also have the option of creating a purchasing info record if you don't find one through the search action. While the app create purchasing info record is purely a creation workflow like ME11. Let's start creating the purchasing info record. I have selected the standard info record category. Now we'll complete this field with the supplier number we want to create the info record for. The material, purchasing organization. Okay. For the basic data, I will fill in the supplier material number. As I said, it's a field that it might come in handy later on in the processes using purchasing info record. On the purchasing data section, I will just go on with filling in the mandatory fields like delivery time in days. I'll put also the under delivery tolerance and over delivery tolerance, let's say 5% each. Pricing unit is PC already coming from the material master data standard quantity. Okay, and minimum quantity, just put one this time. We can also check this goods receipt based invoice verification. We'll use also confirmation control. And now to the last section, conditions. We will create a new condition by pressing create. We'll just leave the validity date as they are. The amount. Okay. Now I think I have all the fields already filled in and I can press on create. Okay, so we can see the new purchasing info record number that has been created. That was pretty straightforward, but as you can notice, there are fewer fields here in this app than in the GUI or also in the other Fiori app, create purchasing info record. So here you can insert like all necessary minimum information, let's say. But yeah, if you want to create also maintain other fields from purchasing info record, you might need to use the GUI or the other app create purchasing info record. Once the purchase info record has been created, you can display it by using some apps like display purchasing info record by supplier. So we can insert the supplier, but also the material just to have a more restricted view. Mm. Purchasing organization, plant, and yeah, just press on execute. And here we can see the purchase info record we have just created. You can display it, of course. You can also change info record. You have this shortcut here, which enables you to change the info record. Uh, you can also change the info record by using the app change purchasing info record, which is pretty similar to the transaction code ME12 from GUI. As you can see, uh, it's pretty similar, so you can change it also here. In case you'd like to do some mass changes for several purchase info records, you can use this transaction mass changes to purchase info record, where you have to first select the purchase info records you want to change, yeah, based on some criteria, like let's say we'll insert the supplier number in our case. And yeah, for example, if we would like to change like the several info records, we'll have to select all of them. And here you can see that you can change. You have this two tabs purchase info record, where you can change the general data of the info records, but also you can do the same for the purchase organization data of the info record. In order to do that in the dialog mode, you have to press on this mass edit button, whereas you can see you have the options for to change several fields. And yeah, in order to do that, you would select just one field, and you have this options: keep existing value, replace field value, or clear field value, which will of course delete the value from the fields you want. And afterward, after you select, let's say, the field and press the new value, you'll apply mass changes, and that value will change for the selected field for all the info records. And also you have the possibility to download an Excel file, and where you would input the, let's say, uh, the new information, and afterwards you can upload it. So these are the options here. So you can also do that. And yeah, of course, you also have some other Fiori apps, useful Fiori apps, like monitor purchasing info record price history, just concentrating on the changes done on the prices. As you can see here, you can actually see the price, and if there were any changes, you would also see the changes here. Maintain deletion, proposal of purchasing info record, and display purchasing info record by material group. This is very useful when you create info records on material group level. Delete purchasing info record, and yeah, maintain changes to purchasing info records or monitor mass changes. And yeah, This would be the Fiori apps that are used for creating, maintaining, displaying, purchasing info record, and yeah, very useful. And just you can try to use them and see how they work. Thank you for watching this video. If this video helped you understand SAP better, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I post practical SAP tutorials every week to help you work faster and smarter in Fiori and S4HANA. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.